Well, we're starting off the new year with a new activity. I have Sierra alongside Hugh from Ski Hut. And what are we doing today, Sierra?
We're cross-country skiing for my first time ever.
And my first time in a long time. So we're pretty new beginners, but we have a seasoned pro here with us, walking us through what we need to do and how we can become at least good beginners by the end of this morning. So take it away. What do we need to do equipment-wise and to prepare ourselves for getting ready outside?
Equipment-wise, I guess we can start with the poles. I always like to say if you raise an arm and it fits kind of right by your armpit, that's like a really good fit. And then I guess for boots, this is one of our rental boots. It's just an all-around classic boot. It has a ankle support cuff, so it's super good for beginners, people with not as good ankle stability, that kind of thing.
So we'll have those boots on. And then what kind of skis are we looking at to be working with today?
This is Fisher's Apollo Crown. So it's a fish scale ski, what I like to call. In one direction, that scale kind of lays down. The other, it's kind of like a fish scale, and it kind of grips the snow. The binding is super simple. You can either just step in here, so super easy to get in and out of, or just twist like this, roll up on the ball of your foot, and step in with that pin. Otherwise, it's pretty simple from there.
Well, let's go get booted up and we'll take this all outside and give it a try.
Cool.
With Nordic skiing, there are two different styles that can change the way you glide and move across the snow.
The classical is more of a running technique, and the skating is more of a like hockey skate technique. In terms of beginners, I like to say a lot of people start with classical because it helps with balance, and it's also a lot more natural technique right off the bat. A lot of races are a lot of, skate only races, so I guess in terms of racing and competitiveness, skating is definitely, I would say, the more aggressive or faster.
As new skiers, we went with a classical ski to learn the fundamentals and really nail down the balance. Along with staying upright, moving uphill, downhill, and around the turns, there are a few other key techniques that Hugh had us focus on all morning to keep with good form in the tracks.
I would say the three key skills that you could take away from today is probably, for one, balancing on one foot and getting your knee out across your toe for classic skiing. And then having those hips forward is always a technique they teach everyone growing up. The third technique, I would say, kind of having control of the skis, getting your feet underneath yourself and able to stop.
After a quick practice ski, it was time to test our skills on the big lap.
You got it! Woo, 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 woo. Nice! This slippery stuff. Just handling it like a champ. Oh, yeah.
Despite a few falls, bobbles, and shakes, we became sufficient beginners on the trails and were able to pick up what could become a new winter activity. With so many Nordic trails in the Northland area, it's a great way to get outside this winter for leisure and exercise for all ages. As you look to head out on your cross-country adventure, be sure to check trail conditions and be mindful of the wilderness you may run into.
A lot of these trails have snowshoers, hikers, dogs, even animals sometimes. It's definitely a thing. We're up north Minnesota. You have to consider deer running across the trail, wolves sometimes even, but I guess it's always just looking out for other people and being mindful of other skiers.
With you on the trails, it's Zmurko.